of ancient Greece marveled at the wonders of the world around them.
They were transfixed by the power of volcanoes.
Ooh, lava.
They pondered the change of seasons.
After the long cold winter, the flowers and leaves begin to bloom again. And then this summer it's really hot and you can go to the beach and build sandcastles.
They were amazed by the stars that lit up the nighttime sky.
And so, the citizens of ancient Greece created gods and goddesses, each with powers and each with a story to explain all of life's mysteries.
The gods and goddesses lived together up at Olympus.
A mountain so high that no mortal could ever see their activity.
At the start there was Gaia. Hi, I am Gaia, the source of all life. I came out of darkness so long ago that no one knows how and no one knows when.
There was her grandson, Zeus.
I am Zeus, the most powerful of all gods. My weapon is a lightning bolt. With it I can govern the sky and earth and secure my places. The most powerful of all gods.
Thunder.
Feel the thunder.
Lightning and the thunder.
Zeus had two brothers.
I am Poseidon, god of the sea. My weapon is the trident. When I strike the water, the waves rise high up in the air.
I'm Hades, god of the underworld. My weapon is the captain of invisibility. When I wear it, I can sneak up on my enemies without being seen.
Zeus also had three sisters.
I am Hera, goddess of marriage and family. I am also Zeus's wife. I am Demeter, goddess of fertility. I tend to the fields of flowers with my daughter Persephone.
I am Hestia, keeper of the hearth and tender to all the fires of the world.
Zeus shared his throne on Mount Olympus with his brothers and sisters and all their children. Together they served as the major gods on Mount Olympus.
You
Should have seen their family reunions.
I am Ares, god of war. I am very busy and have my sword and shield at my side.
I am Aphrodite, the goddess of love. People love to paint my picture.
I am Hermes, herald and messenger of all the gods. Hey, I just bring the news. I don't make it.
I am Persephone, daughter of Demeter and goddess of spring. It's nice to be back from the underworld. More on that later.
I'm Athena, goddess of wisdom and art. I'm a real headache to my father, Zeus.
I'm Apollo, son of Zeus and the god of sun. You can thank me all for your lovely tans.
I'm Dionysus. I'm the youngest of all the gods and I'm the god of wine. I get invited to all the parties and celebrations.
The gods and goddesses had wonderful times on Mount Olympus. They feasted on ambrosia and nectar, which heightened their immortality. Eat up! But in addition to all their powers, the gods and goddesses had many human flaws, as well as jealousy, curiosity, and greed.
The people of ancient Greece worshipped the gods and did their best to hear them out.
They believed that if there was a thunderstorm, the gods were in the middle of a heated argument.
And if it was sunny, that meant the gods were getting along. Daddy dearest.
Although the humans could not climb to the top of Mount Olympus, the gods would often descend down to earth disguised as humans or animals.
They were mischievous gods and couldn't help but cause trouble.
Who? Us?
Today we share 4 stories, all of them lessons of what happens when you anger the gods.
We proudly present the Greek myths.
The myth of Arachne. Athena was the daughter of Zeus. After Zeus swallowed her mother, the goddess Metis, Athena sprang forth from her father's head, fully grown and wearing the armor and helmet that her mother had made alongside Zeus's body. Athena was wise and strong, the goddess of wisdom, and Zeus's favorite child.
My dearest Athena, you are my most treasured child. I shall grant you any wish you desire. Simply ask and it shall be so.
Though I'm goddess of wisdom, I long for creativity as well. Kind Father, bless me with the gift of artistry, and I shall be content.
Zeus kept his promise, and Athena became a master of craftsmanship and the goddess to artists. She was the inventor of the loom and presented her gifts for all mankind to enjoy.
With this invention, I can create the most exquisite tapestries using colors from the universe and threads spun from the softest clouds. Red from the sunset and blue from the night sky.
Everyone in Greece worshipped the artistry of Athena, until one day a young maiden, the proud Arachne, challenged the goddess.
Excuse me? Who dare challenge the goddess Athena?
Patience, please, I'm just getting to that. Arachne was a young girl who lived in Lydia, famous for its purple dye. Her joy was weaving, and she wore the most beautiful clothes anyone had ever seen.
Look at my craftsmanship. I make men weep at my artwork and the skill of my hands. I'm the greatest weaver in all the world. The greatest since the world began, no doubt. In fact, call me crazy, but I think I can be better than Athena herself.
Oh, no, she didn't.
Oh, yes, I did.
Athena heard this, of course. The gods were always very quick to hear criticism and even swifter to act against it. Athena was hurt and dismayed by Arachne's words, for she truly cherished mortals and only wished for their betterment. However, this disrespect could not go unpunished.
You poor child. You don't know how foolish you are.
Athena disguised herself as an old woman and went down to earth to Arachne's house. She met with Arachne and gave her the opportunity to correct her mistake.
Your work is beautiful, child, but you dare compare yourself to goddess Athena? Why not be content to be the best among the mortals and leave the work to the gods themselves? Because I am better than the gods, let the goddess Athena come and measure her skill against mine.
And with that, the goddess Athena threw off her disguise.
Uh-oh.
Foolish Arachne, you're a vain girl. I'm goddess Athena, the very goddess you're daring to mock. Your wish has come to pass. Sit down at your loom and let us compete. Your own villagers will be the judge and the jury. 7 days from now, you shall set your spindle in the meadow, and I shall set mine in place, and we shall have a contest. If you win, I shall refrain from any punishment. If I win, it's your life.
On the day of competition, Arachne and Athena sat at their looms to begin their work. For days, the two spun their crafts. The villagers came from near and far to witness this magical sight. Though Arachne's loom produced a rich and beautiful canvas, it was no match for the goddess Athena, who seemed to weave the very sky into her fabric.
Dear goddess, forgive me for my vanity. It is true you are the greatest in craftsmanship. Please spare me my humble little life. I take pity on you, Arachne. For though you're a proud girl, you're in fact talented. I shall spare your life. But since you seem to enjoy weaving so very much, you must spend your life weaving forever, so that you may never forget the fate that befalls for those who challenge the gods.
And with that, Athena changed Arachne into a spider.
Go on, you foolish girl. Spin your thread and weave your empty net forever.
And that is why spiders are called arachnids by those who know them best.
The myth of Io. The grandest and loudest arguments on Mount Olympus always took place between Zeus and his wife Hera. Hera was the most powerful and splendid of all the goddesses.
Oh, stop, narrator, too much.
But she was also the most jealous of the goddesses, and she was fiercely suspicious of her husband.
Good morning, my dear. And where are you off to so early?
I will be taking another trip down to Earth today. Have a wonderful afternoon.
Earth? Whatever for?
Why, to check up on the fields and pastures. I want to make sure Demeter has the fertility under control.
Will you be long?
No longer than usual. See, the Mount Olympus is taken care of in my absence.
Hera was not fooled by her husband and knew his trips to the earth were to visit his many mortal wives. For Zeus, as the mightiest of gods, made it a priority to have many children. The more children Zeus had, the more powerful his reign would be. Hera decided right then and there that she would put a stop to it.
I will follow him this time, and then wrath will be fell on all land.
In truth, Hera's suspicions were well founded. On this particular day, Zeus had decided to visit one of his wives, a beautiful mortal named Io.
Oh, Io, you're the most beautiful of all my mortal wives.
And you are the mightiest of all gods. How privileged I am to be your wife.
Their polite conversation was interrupted when Zeus noticed Hera in the distance, fast approaching, the fire of rage burning in her eyes.
Oh, Io, forgive me for what I'm about to do.
And with that, he quickly turned Io into a cow.
Excuse me? What did you just say? Please be quiet, my love. Hera's on her way, and if she sees you, you will feel her wrath for eternity. That's a very long time. No! Do not worry. I will take good care of you.
Hello, my darling husband. Surprised to see me?
My darling wife, what a wonderful surprise. It must have been that you missed me terribly.
Yes, of course. That's exactly the reason I came.
Well, not much to report, unfortunately. The pastures are doing very well. Look at how healthy and beautiful the cows are.
Beautiful indeed.
But Hera was not fooled. She knew the trickery of her husband, and so she decided to play a little trick of her own.
In fact, now that I think of it, it is the most beautiful cow I've ever seen. I've never seen one so white or with such dark, exquisite eyes. Oh, how I wish I had a cow of my own. May I keep her?
Keep her? But Hera, you are a splendid goddess. What do you want with a silly little cow?
Are you denying my wish, Zeus?
Zeus was trapped. He knew he would either grant Hera her wish or confess. And so he gave Io the cow to his wife as a gift.
Your wish is my command.
Thank you. I will take extra care of this precious gift. Goodbye now.
All right, I'll just be back on Mount Olympus then.
No!
Deep down, Hera was still enraged. Of course she knew that Io was a cow transformed from a beautiful maiden. And so, she chained the poor cow to a tree in a remote pasture and summoned her trusty servant Argus.
Argus! 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 Argus at your service. Argus, I need you to keep your eyes on this cow. Are you up to it?
Am I up to it? Am I up to it? Are you joking?
No, I'm not joking.
I am the greatest of all watchmen in the land. Have you noticed I have 100 eyes covering my entire body? I never shut more than half of them at a time, even when I'm asleep.
Well, from now on, you are not to shut a single one or turn anyway from this cow!
Trust me, I got eyes on it.
Poor Io. She was trapped, forced to walk on all fours, eat grass, and move for the rest of her life. Meanwhile, Zeus took pity on poor Io, but fear of his wife's wrath prevented him from daring to help her. At last, he called for his son Hermes, the official messenger of the gods and the craftiest of all his children.
Hermes! 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 Ah! Hermes, use your cunning to find a way to trick the watchman Argus into releasing poor Io. But whatever you do, do not let Hera see what you are up to.
Your will is my mission, Dad.
And so, Hermes traveled to Earth and disguised himself as a shepherd. He walked up to Argus and Io, playing a beautiful tune on his shepherd's pipe. Argus, having nothing to do but watch a cow all day, was delighted to hear some music.
Welcome, welcome, my friend. For you a sight to my sore eyes.
I'm a tired old shepherd. I've been traveling for many days. Do you mind if I rest with you for a little while?
Please do. Tell me, good shepherd, where are you from?
It's interesting you should ask that. Where did I start? Many years ago.
Hermes began to tell Argus a long and boring story.
And that's when I started to count every grain of sand on the shore. 1, 2, 3. Just to see how many there were. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
I love the beach, especially sleeping on the beach. Nice little nappy poo.
It had no point and no end, and one by one, each of Argus's eyes began to sleep.
And that's when I saw this slug. It moved very slow.
I love you, slug. Like this stuff.
It moved inch by inch by inch by inch by inch by inch by inch.
And after a long while, the last of Argus's many eyes finally shut. Hermes had bored him to death. Once Argus's eyes were no longer watching, Hermes threw off the disguise and quickly freed Io.
I can move! Holy cow!
I am Hermes, son of Zeus. He has taken pity on you, and so he has sent me to set you free. Run home to your father and never speak of this again.
Thank you, Hermes. Thank you for giving me my life back.
Hera was furious when she returned to find Io had been set free and her beloved servant Argus was bored to death. She brought her wrath to her husband Zeus, who pretended once again that he had no idea what she was talking about.
My wife, if it means this much to you, I will get you another cow. Hermes, please find my wife another cow.
I don't want another cow! I wanted that one! I know you two are behind this, and if I ever find proof, you will pay dearly. And my dear Argus, she will never be forgotten. I will take your 100 eyes and place them on the tail of the peacock. And from this day forth, they will remain the most beautiful bird on earth.
And that is how the peacock inherited its colorful feathers.
The myth of Pandora. While the gods sat upon Mount Olympus, there was a young titan, Prometheus, who yearned to make the world of mortals wiser and better than it had ever been before. There came a time where Prometheus challenged Zeus and asked him why he refused to give the humans fire.
With fire, humans will be able to warm themselves and cook their harvests and nourish their families. Without it, they are no better off than beasts.
Fires are only for gods. It's far too powerful for lowly mortals. Or worse, they might become strong and wise like us. And one day, they may drive us from our kingdom. Sorry, but the answer is no.
And what if I asked Tessia directly? After all, she's the keeper of the hearth. Surely she listened to reason.
I have given you your answer. Do not cross me, Prometheus.
But Prometheus was a young titan, and he was determined to help the mortals. So he climbed to the top of Mount Olympus and stole an ember from the sacred heart of Hestus. Prometheus gave fire to the humans, providing them with new warmth, strength, and power.
Fire!
Zeus, I'm sorry that I betrayed you. When I saw the mortals shivering at night, forced to eat raw meat, I had no choice but to intervene.
This cannot go unpunished. From this day forward, you shall be ever chained to this here rock.
Forever?
It won't be so bad. You'll be allowed visitors.
Zeus was also angry at the mortals for accepting the ember, so he decided that he would punish them as well. No longer would they live in the blissful shadow of the gods.
Let them keep their fire. I'll make them 10 times more miserable than they were before they had it.
Since Zeus was a clever god, he devised a clever punishment. The punishment for the mortals would take place of a beautiful woman, the first woman on earth.
I'll create a gift for the earth, a beautiful maiden. She will look like our own Aphrodite and be blessed with a gift from each of the gods. Hephaestus! I order you to mold this girl out of clay. Aphrodite! Crown her with jewels and beauty. Athena! Give her wisdom and craft. Apollo! Teach her how to sing. And I will give her the greatest of human gifts, curiosity. And we will name her Pandora, which means all gifted.
When Pandora was ready to be given down to earth, Zeus ordered Hermes to present her with her final gift.
Pandora, I present to you this beautiful box.
Gee, thanks. How'd you know I wanted a box?
Just don't open it.
Wait, why? What's inside?
Just promise that you will not open it.
It's getting late. Earth must be waiting for me. Time to go.
And so Pandora was placed on earth. Zeus took vengeance by presenting Pandora to Prometheus' twin brother, Epimetheus. Prometheus had warned Epimetheus to beware of Zeus, but he was so struck by Pandora's beauty, he forgot all prior warning.
You are a gracious and forgiving God and to present me with such a beautiful wife. I thought you would have it out for me after my brother disobeyed you.
All is forgiven. Good luck in your new lives together. Trust me, you'll need it.
Pandora was a blessed young woman, now happily married, and with every gift a mortal could ask for. But she was not perfectly happy. As days passed, she could not stop thinking about what might be inside the box.
Oh, if only I can open it. I know I have everything, but at least I'll know my life would finally be complete. I'm sorry, but I can't let you. My brother betrayed the gods, and look what happened. It's for your own good, my dear wife.
It was not long before Zeus's gift of curiosity finally got the best of Pandora. She could no longer wait to see what was inside the box. In the middle of the night, Pandora carefully snuck out of her house and put the box on the floor. Carefully, Pandora took the key out of the box and to open the mysterious box of the gods. No sooner had she opened it, a terrible wind came forth, and out from the box flew a swarm of human miseries. Greed.
Mine, it's all mine.
Slander.
I'm not one to gossip, but a little birdie once told me.
Vanity.
Enough about you. What do you think of me?
And all the other evils in the world that had been spared up until that moment. Horrified at what she had done, she desperately tried to contain the miseries and put them back in the box.
Pandora, what have you done? Close the box!
perfect, she was still able to save hope. And that is why, though the world is not perfect and miseries do occur, we still hang on to a tomorrow always filled with the hope that things will get better in time. The myth of Persephone. As the goddess of fertility, Demeter was in charge of all the fields and crops, and assured the earth of good harvests and abundant life. Zeus was very fond of Demeter, and appreciative of all she did for the earth, and so he made Demeter his wife. Together they had a beautiful daughter, who they named Persephone. Persephone brought Demeter so much joy that she never let her daughter out of her sight. When Demeter went to the earth to look after her fields and trees, she brought Persephone with her.
Come, Persephone, my cherished child, those sprinkled flowers with dewdrops of heaven.
Persephone was raised among the flowers, and was even told that she looked like a flower herself. It was she who named all the flowers in the world.
You are as bright as the sun, and I shall name you the sunflower. You are as delicate as the wind, and I shall name you Daisy.
She would dance and laugh in the fields, and with her laughter came much happiness and sunshine from the gods. And it was this laughter that caught the attention of Hades, the god of the underworld.
Who dares to wake me up in the middle of my beauty sleep?
Now, Hades was known to be a gloomy and grumpy god, and one who kept mostly to himself, hidden in the caves of the underworld. But hearing the laughter of Persephone suddenly stirred love in his heart.
What is this strange feeling that has come over me? Why is my frown turning upside down? I feel happy. Oh, how I wish I could have this girl as my wife to live with me in the underworld and bring her laughter to my tedious days.
But Hades knew that Demeter would never part with her beloved daughter, and so he devised a mischievous plan to capture the beautiful girl.
Mother, the sun is so high in the sky today. Please let me go gather flowers in the meadow. My child, you know I desire to grant every last request, but there is too much danger in the world, and your young heart can know.
Please, Mother, I promise I will return before dark. The flowers are so beautiful and plentiful, and I will make the most beautiful crown for you.
Very well, but do not travel too far or rest behind the trees where I cannot see you.
Okay, Mother, I will do as you say.
But in her excitement, Persephone forgot to heed her mother's warnings. She strayed too far for her mother to see her.
Closer, closer, closer.
And here, in the flattest part of the meadow, the ground split open. In an instant, Hades reached out from the underworld and snatched the girl, dragging her down below. The ground quickly covered up the hole, and silence fell upon the land. Demeter realized instantly that something was wrong and called out urgently for her daughter.
Persephone, Persephone, where are you? Come back, Persephone.
Persephone had vanished without a trace, and Hades led the frightened girl to his home in the underworld.
Do not be afraid, Persephone. You will be happy here.
How could I ever be happy in a home such as this, where the sun will never touch my skin again?
I will give you anything your heart desires. I will give you a throne of black marble, and all the jewels you could want. You shall be queen of the underworld.
I have no use for cold jewels. I love the warmth of the summer air and the delicacy of the flowers. They are my jewels. I don't want to be queen of the underworld. I want to be with my mother.
Enough complaining. What is done is done. In time you will grow to be happy here. This might take longer than I thought.
In the meantime, Demeter had talked with all the birds and discovered what happened to her precious daughter. In a rage, she went to the god Zeus.
You know I've always been especially fond of you, Demeter. I oblige you with rain whenever your fields and crops are thirsty. But what is it you ask of me now?
Your brother Hades has stolen our daughter and dragged her down into the underworld to be his queen. You must rescue her immediately. Justice must be had.
Please calm yourself. Though without a differences, Hades is a powerful god and a good husband for our daughter. But I cannot make such a demand of my own brother.
But he has stolen her unfairly.
I admit his wooing was a little abrupt, but should be taken well care.
anyone but Hades, Persephone's flower child, daughter of the morning. No ray of sunlight ever pierces that dark hole he calls his kingdom. She will wither and die.
Don't be absurd. She's the daughter of Zeus. She will survive.
And with that, Zeus dismissed his wife, tired of her pleading. But Demeter's sorrow was uncontrollable, and she wept day after day for her daughter. Weeks passed, and Zeus began to receive complaints from the mortals. Crops were dying, soil was dry, and no buds were blooming.
I realized that I might not have been entirely fair. Can't we find some compromise?
As long as she is away, nothing will grow. As I am the goddess of return, no tree will bear fruit, no grass will spring, nothing will grow. The earth will grow as hard and dry as my heart.
Somehow I don't think it's going to ease the mortals. Very well, she'll be allowed to leave Hades as long as she hasn't eaten the fruit of the underworld. But if she has, you understand there's nothing I can do. She will have to remain there forever.
I'm certain she is not eaten. Persephone's heart will be too heavy to eat.
But in fact, Persephone had been growing weak with hunger. And though nothing grew in the underworld, there was one single tree that bloomed in Hades' garden.
Come, Persephone, and taste of my pomegranate tree. I'm sure you have never tasted such sweet and juicy fruit.
That is very generous to share the fruit off your only tree. I may have underestimated you after all.
In truth, the cunning Hades knew that once she had taken a bite from the pomegranate, she would never be able to return home to the earth's surface. Persephone had eaten 6 seeds when Hermes finally arrived to take her back to Earth.
Persephone, your father Zeus has declared that you will return to your mother. Come with me and I shall bring you home, where the lands bloom under the blessings of the sun.
Oh, thank you, Hermes. I knew my mother would not leave me here for eternity.
But Hades interrupted before their departure.
Not so fast, my friends. Persephone has eaten the fruit of the underworld. She has eaten 6 seeds, so she shall remain with me here for 6 months of the year. You may go for now, but I will see you soon, my dear.
Hades smiled as he watched Persephone leave, for he knew that she would be returning to him. When Demeter saw her daughter again, she ran to her with joy.
My child, never again shall we be parted. Together we shall make nature bloom all year round.
I'm sorry, Demeter, but it could not be. She's in the pomegranate, 6 seeds.
How I shall cry without you.
I am so sorry, Mother. I will have to return to the underworld for 6 months every year. It is my punishment.
As long as you are here, nothing will grow. As long as you are here, I will smile upon the earth, and everything will bloom in my joy. But for the 6 months that you are gone, nothing will grow, and the earth will grow as dry and as hard as my heart.
And that is why there are seasons, and why summer and winter are as they are. For when Persephone returns to her mother in the spring, the sun shines. And when she returns to Hades in the fall, the earth must sleep under frost.
Mythology.
Greek mythology, Greek mythology, Greek mythology, Greek mythology.